Hi guys, welcome to Reality React channel. In this channel, we watch reality TV shows to recap, review, and for the fun of it. And today, I'll be recapping the Mommy Club season 3, the finale, episode 11. So they are still at in Pumalanga, and it's the day of activities and all of that. And remember, Happy joined them, and you remember Pheladi also said something like Mrs. J is scared of Happy, and I'm like, at what point, how did she conclude this? What did Mrs. J say? I know Happy is an OG, but for her to say that was just like, where are you going with this information? And also, why would you think that just because you can't stand up to Rosette and you can't stand up to Mrs. J because she's saying the things she had said with her full chest and she's not backing down, and even though she has apologized to you, you do not think that her apology is good enough because of your own insecurities and how, because I feel like a lot of people are going on the internet, hey, you can date someone's husband and stuff like that. Cool, we are not saying that they shouldn't. And also Mrs. J was wrong for judging Pheladi using her own narrative of things, like to say that he shouldn't be dating married men, hey, whatnot, right? And she felt like they were enabling her. And for Pheladi to go on and tell her sister, yeah, how are they enabling me after I have just met them? Guys, you can enable a person even if you have known them for 5 seconds. You can say to the person, just go and do the thing. Just continue living the life you think that is fine. And they were not even enabling, they were just talking. The person who was wrong in this case was Happy, and Mrs. J had told her that she's a gossip monger. I like that. She should have gone on to explain to her what she means by that, because she took news from one person to another, which is wrong. If this information was not covered the way it was covered, it was uncovered by Happy, and Mrs. J went to Pheladi herself, I don't think it would have outblown the way it did. But also Mrs. J, and at the end of the episode, end up taking Pheladi on a coffee date, and in that coffee date she tries to explain that, you know what, girl, the reason why I was up like that and I was upset is because of how you phrased it. You said that I am making stuff up, and I was not. And I'm like, it's because you were, because Pheladi keeps saying that she had said in the past she used to. You kept saying that she's still doing it, and therefore you guys are enabling her. But anyway, Pheladi is not a forgiving person. We all know that. She dragged that story with Noxie, even though she had also wronged Noxie. But you know what? She felt like Rihanna, she can't forgive and forget and move on, because I think that's what they need to do. That's what Mrs. J tried to get with Pheladi, to say that they stay in Pretoria, both of them. It will be best for them to forgive each other, so that even if they can't be friends, I'm like, oh, Mrs. J, even if they can't be friends, they can be like acquaintances, people who know each other. Should they meet at the shops, they should be able to say, hi, Mrs. J, hi, Pheladi, just like that. But anyway, Pheladi refused to hug her. Pheladi did not even hug her. Pheladi was giving faces in the whole thing. And then Mrs. J is still saying that I hope she had said this in her apology. It was wrong for me to judge you based on my own values. Right? And then also, Pheladi is weird, because how, like, she's gonna get in trouble at the reunion, because how is she saying that Mrs. J has been married for 17 years and that man that she's married to is likely liking new things? Hi, boo. How do you know that? Did that husband tell you that? What if the husband is actually a faithful man, unlike the man that she dated that was married? Because it's possible. We can't judge, we can't paint men in the same brush. And some of them, and you know what, some of them are actually approaching women with the proper script to say, my friend, I like you, but I already have a wife. And they have told their wives that they are looking for second wives. Unlike the men that people keep dating and they say, oh, we can do it, we can do it. No, you can't. And and as much as it's our own moral values to judge, we are judging, but that's not the point of this thing. But okay, the first scene is Mrs. J at the place where they were having breakfast, and she's surprised to see Happy. And then Mrs. Sunday update Mrs. J about Pheladi leaving. And then one thing that I realized is that none of them are talking about whether Pheladi left with the makeup kit or not. And also if the makeup kit belongs to the production or it belongs to Mrs. J, because she left the PJs and Mrs. Sunday goes to fetch them. If we goes to fetch them, these girls are so spicy. Because I'm just like, why are you fetching? Mrs. J can always go get it herself. But she said that she doesn't want to deal with her, so maybe there's that. And then Mrs. Sunday tells her story. So like, yeah, I saw the note, and I'm like, you read it as well. Say it, because I don't understand why you would read the private information. She was supposed to, but it's not easy. Yeah, I guess, I can't judge her. But anyway, she has read the note. She was telling Mrs. J that Pheladi felt unsafe around her. She just spoke to her and stuff like that. And then they go to, so the ladies, right, they go for an activity, quad biking. Mrs. J and Noxie goes to do golf. And Mrs. J says that she can't leave Noxie alone. Okay. And I'm just like, okay, that's fine. Mrs. J has already chosen a side. We all know that. And Mrs. Sunday is umuva nemoya, like Mrs. J said. Hamba nemoya. If Moya goes there, she goes there. If Moya goes there, she goes there. She doesn't have a backbone. And also, guys, to show that Happy is still, she's still holding on to the stuff that happened in season 2. When they were having dinner at Vuyi's house, she's like, we don't know about this one because she doesn't know about their friend Ujabu, because Ujabu was told to be against me in the previous episode by Tauyarora. I'm like, you are not over, I keep forgetting her name. You are not over Ratile. You're not, and you have not really moved past the whole thing, because you keep referring to it. And I like how Mrs. J moved past that whole thing to tell her to keep it to herself, whatever thoughts she thinks, because she keeps bringing Ratile into the conversation. And Ratile is not part of the show. She could bring, I don't know, she could talk about anything else, but she keeps talking. Hey, Ratile, hey, Tawero. And I'm just like, you're dragging a girl that's not even part of your show. You need to move past the whole thing and drag the people that are dragging you, because it's all nonsensical. It's all nonsensical if you ask me. But anyway, they move to prepare for the dinner, and then Rosette is also there, and they all arrive, and the 3 of them are already sitting, and then the other 3 ladies arrive, and then they try to talk it out about the issues that had happened, how also Happy even apologized to Noxie to say, I am so sorry for saying that marrying a white man is not an achievement. I noticed that I was wrong. I'm like, we thank God for Rosette, hey? Because I don't think she was ever going to apologize if Rosette didn't bring it up. And also, she kept saying that she was going to show Rosette something. She didn't show Rosette nothing. And also, when Rosette was talking to Vuyi about what had happened the previous night with regards to her zoning out, and she kept saying, but you can't control what I do on my phone. You can't say you can't do that when you are in public. And then and Rosette was wrong. And also Mrs. J is a bad host, guys, if you are being honest, because she let Rosette talk however way she talks to her other guests. And whereas Rosette is a friend of the show, and these ladies already know. You see these things. So now it looks like they are mistreating the main cast, and like, no, man. Or they can't take the bullying back that Rosette is doing, or whatever she's trying to do, because she ended up saying that if you are not fine, you shouldn't be here. No, these people are paid to be there. What do you mean if they are not fine, they shouldn't be there? That's part of the reasons why even Happy had to make it, because now she's like, oh, you see, Mrs. J, your guest is saying that if I'm not fine, I shouldn't be here. And you know that I was not well. But she didn't know. She only found out later, because you don't have proper tact. You don't know how to address people. You do not know how to manage this friendship that you keep saying that you like Mrs. J and stuff like that. Because I don't see how you can say that you like someone and then you do not tell them that you are not going to make it to their own thing in time. And then you show up the following day like, nah, ma'am, nah. And also, Mrs. J had taken them to a wine tasting. What's her name? Mrs. Sunday tried to complain about the wine tasting and then she can't. I don't know if she has a soft voice or what is happening. She ended up having to talk in a diary session to say that now she's putting us under the influence of alcohol when she keeps saying that no, she doesn't drink and she doesn't get drunk and she's always sober minded. Guys, it's the following day. And there's the day of the activities. There's golfing, and then there's quad biking, and then the other three ladies, Vui, Mrs. Sunday, Happy, do the quad biking, and then Mrs. J and Noxie do the golfing, and Mrs. J tries to explain what had happened, and then Noxie tells her there's nothing you can do about this situation because you have apologized more than once. And I'm like, but you apologized as well so many times and you had to make peace. And why are you not advising her to do the same? Because also Mrs. J said that she's not, I knew that she was actually taking those things to heart when she said, no, I don't take hearsays from people to heart. Because what do you mean now you are bothered by the whole situation because these ladies are telling you that what Pheladi had said, and now you are telling Noxie, and Noxie is telling you that if you were listening at the party, you would have heard Pheladi saying that she's going to Pretoria, but you were not. So yeah, but anyway, they moved to do the I think Rosetta has now gone to fix her own stuff, right? She has businesses as well. She went to fix that, but anyway, to attend to it. And then they go to paintballing. Mrs. J says that she doesn't want to do the paintballing, and then I know a lot of people think that Mrs. J's man loses. No, I don't. Hey, I don't know how to put this, but I felt like that was a lot of. Initially, I thought she was acting, and then she went into a trance, and I'm like, I still wonder if it's actually a trance or not, because remember, she has always had a message for Happy. So when she put on that helmet to cover themselves, when she said she doesn't even want to wear it. First of all, she went there wearing heels and she had running shoes, and she said that she was going to change into them. I'm like, this girl didn't want to participate in this paintballing thing. That's why the clothes are now up. Maybe she controls them to say, if I don't want to do something, press, and then they come, because she has always had a message for Happy from the beginning of the show, or from that other time when she said it, actually from the time she showed her the farm with Mrs. Sunday. So there's that. So I just feel like nah, that thing was just like maybe an act of some sort. But anyway, she ended up going to a trance. Everyone is confused. Mrs. Sunday is crying. Vui and Happy are busy going tokoza go and all of that to, so that the losses could calm down. Not Happy saying something along the lines of she's accepting the gift and she has gone wrong. Hey, then loses held her by her clothes because I don't know, they were just triggered. I don't know what was happening. But then they ended up having to calm her down, and she was now better. And then she went on to telling the message to Happy. And Happy was also emotional. I think Happy knows what is going on as well. Maybe she has consulted on her own and she knows that Une gift, and maybe she will need to do something to appease her ancestors, or maybe it's something else. I don't know, because they went to give each other a message inside the bush without the TV people there, without the TV people there, which is a good thing. It's a good thing to give her privacy, because I wonder if I'm sure Happy's just tired of having her business out there in the public like that, because that's probably the reason why Mrs. J felt it's safe for her to talk to Happy about Pheladi being a side chick, because that's the only reason why. Is because that's the storyline she came up with when she first joined the Mummy Club, you know? But anyway, and then she is talking and they do that. So Pheladi is back in in Pretoria. She's with her sister and she's updating her what had happened. And her sister is like, her sister made light of the situation, if I can put it like that. She was just joking to say that you could have, when she said about Yelebana and Umkwantu Pretoria, you could have said that they didn't take your kids, you left them so that you can go into your Mukwanti ways. And I'm like, yo, this sister, she's, and her sister, and Pheladi is not offended. And I'm like, you see, it's in how you say things. Even if Mrs. J had said the same thing in a day, oh, but that would have been offensive anyway. But anyway, so they go attend to their own kids. But also, guys, am I the only one who feels like Pheladi didn't have to show us her kids? Because in this whole show, right, with the mommy clubs and all of them, they didn't show much of their kids. They just showed bits and pieces. She could have showed us how she manages a poultry farm, you know? Like, she could have done that. You remember Vuyi went into the factory. She could have done that. Instead, now her storyline is she insulted Noxie. She's called Mugwanti. Her kids were taken. And now the adult shop. Like, that's her own storyline. Other than that, she doesn't have anything else. Like, I just feel like she could have given us more in terms of whatever is going on. And then we go to the dinner at Vuyi. The four ladies show up. Not the four, the three ladies show up. Mrs. J and Noxie don't pitch. They don't alert Vuyi to let her know that they won't make it. And I wonder why. Or they just felt unsafe the same way Pheladi felt unsafe around these other Mrs. J. Maybe Mrs. J just felt like there's no need for me to show up for these girls. Because remember, she said she doesn't need new friends in that letter she wrote for the girls. So I wonder what Noxie thinks. Also, maybe Rosette just told her, these people are useless, my friend. Why are you wasting time with them? We don't know. I'm speculating right now. But anyway, they don't answer their phones when Happy calls them. And then now they decide to debrief about the trip, right? And then in the debriefing session, yeah, they just said that they started talking about how Mrs. J has bleached her skin and Pheladi is going in at Mrs. J and Vuyi as well. They are busy wondering what type of skin tone did she have before. Hey, her knuckles are dark. Oh, her full arm is dark. Mrs. Sunday is acting like she doesn't know. And also, guys, Happy, when they're talking about friendships towards the end, Happy is saying that she's not sure about Jabulile because Jabulile had been coached by Uratile before to dislike her. And I'm like, for the past time that you have spent with her this time around, you can see that she's not trying to fight you. Even when you are trying to sway the conversation into like a fighting mode, because when now you have a sharp tongue, you can always respond in your ratchet ways. Jabulila is like, oh, hold on, girl. We are not there. She needs to move past Uratile. Happy is the same. I feel like this is why they are friends with Pheladi. She's the same. She doesn't forgive people. If she forgives you, she's always going to remind you of what you did. And you know, there's a difference between when someone forgives you and they remind you of what you did because you have not changed your ways. In this case, Mrs. Sunday is not being snacks towards We Happy, not even in her diary sessions. So I don't understand this animosity that she's still holding on to when in episode 1 she was trying to make peace with her. She needs to move on, hey? It's not good to be like holding on to people that are not even part of the show anymore and stuff like that. And I actually wonder what does Happy, because it seems like it's a real hate, this thing. And I actually wonder what does Happy thinks of Uratile not mourning her husband in black clothes, like the way she had expected Happy to mourn her her husband that was caught cheating with, that passed on while he was cheating with someone else. You know those things. I wonder if she's holding her to the same standards, or she's just living her life and they don't even follow each other and stuff like that. So back to the dinner. They are all having fun, right? They are also talking about Mrs. Sunday's ukuhamba nomoya, right? And then they are telling her that, you know what, Mrs. Sunday is even explaining to them that guys, I do feel like I'm a people pleaser. And I'm like, why are you a people pleaser? Is maybe Mrs. Sunday needs to go to therapy and stop debriefing her sister-in-laws and, go to therapy, heal, and then come back to the show. Because this is not right. You can't keep going on and on about things that won't matter. Like at the end of the day, that you are a people pleaser, you are a what, and stuff like that. But one thing I liked about this, they didn't touch on Noxie because Noxie didn't do anything to them. I liked that. But then the next scene is Pheladi and Mrs. J. They are having coffee, and Mrs. J wants to hug Pheladi when she gets there. And Pheladi is like, nada, I am not doing that. No. But anyway, yeah. So now everyone, towards the end of the show, they are reflecting. Mrs. J is still standing by the same sentiments that she doesn't need friends, and these women are not part of the thingy, part of her. They're not gonna form part of her future because they are not good people. They're always dramatic and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, you're the same person that was helped by the same woman when you were in a trance. If they had left you and did nothing, I wonder what was going to happen actually. Or if they had let production handle it to show that these women are actually good people. They did try to help you come up. Even the girl you say Uhamba Nomoya was even crying. And Uvui, the same person that you don't attend her dinner party, she was the one helping you tokozaring to your losses that come at the snap of your fingers because you don't want to do paintballing. Nah, man. And then, and also, why is Pheladi always thinking Mrs. J is doing a show? Like, of course she's doing a show. There are cameras in front of her, and you are all you are all being recorded. So why must she not apologize to save her own reputation? Because I feel like that was a reputational thing. And also I keep saying that Mrs. J has her own values as a married woman who has been married for 17 years. I don't think she will be fine with you dating a married man. You are just like, maybe it's for her, it seems like you are what is wrong with the society today. You are part of the reasons why marriages don't work out and stuff like that. And she's pro-marriage. And Pheladi should have discerned that before she said those things. There are places and for everything. If you are with your single friends, maybe you can say that. If you are with friends that are also side chicks, you can say that. But you can't say that when there are women who are married around you. It just shows that you don't have any discernment spirit. You are just a yappa yappa. You just say whatever you want to say without thinking. And then Vui says that she is going to she has enjoyed this show, and then she does her istakazelo, and she's signing out. She didn't say much. Oh, Mrs. Sunday tells us that we have met the real her. What real her? Because I feel like she needs to get out of the show, go to therapy, and fix her life. Even though maybe she must get the prescription from Pheladi, because Pheladi says that as Black people, we go to therapy under prescription. We don't do therapy because of the fact that we want to. And I feel like she could be right. People don't just walk and say, I want to go to therapy without not having triggers. I don't think that. So she misquoted her, Unoxi, when she said that Pheladi said that there's no need to go to therapy. Pheladi also goes to therapy, and she's going to therapy because for her it's a prescription, because she's going through a lot. That husband put her through the ringer. That old man put her through the ringer, and now he's putting a gag thing on her mouth to say, "You not talk." So there's that. And also, what did Pheladi say? I remember what Pheladi say with regards to the show. And I wonder who is gonna come back. I know a lot of people say that Vui must not come back, but I think I like her, even though she didn't give us anything. I mean, she could have told us how her third husband passed on, or who is the father of the, if the second husband is the father of the third, of the second born, of like, I just want to have details, like, say it in passing. I'm co-parenting with my ex-husband, or I'm co-parenting with the sister-in-laws of my ex-sister-in-laws, or the kids have visited, like something. Give us something. But also she gave us good vibes. I don't know why people don't like her. She gave us good vibes. I mean, she went and visited with Happy while Happy was in the hospital, in the ICU, and also Happy appreciated that. You can see it was her signing out statement. But anyway, that's it. That's the recap from me of the Mummy Club. See you guys in the next one. Please like the video, comment on it, and subscribe on the channel.